relatively well organized at work. I'm not so organized.
Well, it's also your livelihood.
That's true.
Yeah. We tend to work better paid for it.
Yeah, that's true.
Anything else?
I mean, I think in my domestic life, it would be nice to figure out a system whereby my wallet's not in the kitchen and my keys are in the living room and my
Need a landing
shoes
page.
are in one room and my pants are in another.
So when you get
that's a
home,
common
this is what you do
complaint
when you
that I
get
receive.
home.
Yes,
And I'm actually glad it's still in those spaces. That tells me that Hillary's not running around behind you picking it all up.
Just going in the dark.
Because I don't feel like I have an issue
What?
with
Dark
clutter.
room. You what?
But I don't feel like I have an issue with cluttering, but the issue for me would be I bring stuff home and completely put it somewhere and completely forget about it. So I guess it is a form of clutter. It's just I'm
No,
not
wait.
intentionally keeping
It
something.
is clutter. It's not a form of, it's not, I guess it is. Alan.
I
Let's
don't
just
feel
call
like I
it.
have to hold on to it though. The problem for me would be I just forget it's there.
Okay. Why'd you bring it in?
That would be the other issue.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't want his meticulous office clutter.
Yeah, right. It's gonna mess up my office.
My wife would care about it.
Yeah, right. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Amber. I have 3-year-old twin boys, and I was just hoping to hear some ideas about storage space type of things.
Do you feel like you don't have enough storage space?
Yes.
Do you feel that if you had a bigger home, you would have? Okay.
I just need like
People go, I gotta move. I don't have enough room. I'm like, maybe you're doing
I
enough.
just need things like to put stuff in.
You what?
Like I don't know, probably a bookcase at some point in the future, some type of storage things.
So it's kind of out and about right now.
Yeah, some of it. Yeah.
Okay. So you
To
just gotta
reorganize at
use
some point in the future.
the space better.
Yeah.
And okay. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Melinda, and I have 14-month-old twin girls. They're beautiful, of course. And for the first, I don't know, 8 months, we were able to keep 2 rooms clean. Their bedroom and the living room. It was great. And so we just have a lot of stuff. The exit strategy is definitely something I would love to hear about. And because we're starting to collect the things that they can't wear anymore. And I did make up a big score. We got the office closet remade, so it's ready to be filled with. I love to throw things away.
Wait.
What?
Why? I hear this a lot too.
Yeah.
Well, let's just clear this out so we can get new things. It's like you just have open space.
I'm a thrower awayer.
Okay.
I like to throw things away. My husband likes to keep because he thinks someday he's going to sell it on eBay.
Right. There's that Sunday. Melinda,
Yeah.
you said you did the supplies, the office supplies, and you
What
have an
about
open
office
closet now.
We have a closet. Yeah, I mean, I had it made. It's a container
Okay.
store. It's really
Okay.
great. And, it was an old 50s closet. We called it the Amazing Spinning Closet.
Okay.
It was worthless to us anymore. So the Amazing Spinning Closet is gone, and now we have a regular closet. And my intention with it was to be organized. I don't want a bigger house. I want a better organized house, and I want other stuff thrown away. And that's what I tell my husband all the time, because he says, we need a bigger house. We don't need a bigger house until the girls are 10 years old. Until then, I just want a better organized house. So now the garage is full as well as the office space. So there's just,
But the new closet's empty.
the new closet is being filled slowly but surely. I try to
Okay.
throw 5 times as much stuff out as what I keep.
Okay. So more on exits. Okay. Go ahead.
And then how do you talk to the person who won't throw things away?
You put them on the phone with me. I'm kidding.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I'm Shauna. I have 2.5-year-old twins. I'm pretty good at organizing the things that need to go. I'm just not good at purging at all, because, especially with the kids stuff, because everything has sentimental value to me. And I'm holding on to the small, 0.1% chance that we're going to have another kid, which is totally not happening. But I use that as an excuse to hold on to stuff, because I'm just so attached to all the big stuff.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm glad I didn't hear you say, I can't get rid of it.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? And so here's one suggestion, is look at all the things and see if you can come to a representative sample of that. You know what I mean? These are questions we don't ask ourselves. What does it mean to have enough of anything? I do a lot of talks, there's always a lot of women in the room, and it's like, well, how many black pair of pants does one woman need? And if it's 20, great, let go of the rest. You know what I mean? So see if you can just, look at the things that you're holding on to that feed your heart, and see if you could call samples of each thing. Because I don't know, I sincerely don't know if everything that comes into our life, as soon as it gets through our front door, we give it value. We don't even know we're doing it, but we give it value. And okay, I'm just going to talk about toilet paper for a minute. Don't I sound like a commercial? Here's the thing about toilet paper. We bring toilet paper into our home, and the cool thing about toilet paper is that the paper and the cardboard roll, both of them have value, because the cardboard roll holds the paper. I know that there's a toilet paper coming out without the cardboard, so I'm not quite sure how I'm going to deal with that when it happens, but that's my other metaphor. So the paper, the cardboard, it comes in, and the beauty of toilet paper, we even know where it's supposed to live. It has a home right next to the toilet. It's got a home that we even take time to put it in its home. That's how much of a home it has. Within about 5 to 7 days, the cardboard roll, the value of the cardboard roll has shifted its value. It did it because we took all the paper off. So whereas it had great value when it entered our home, it went to its home, once the paper is gone, that cardboard, the value of it has changed. You would agree with that. And unless you have a hoarding disorder or you're a crafter, you will find many, many uses for that cardboard roll. But if you're not a hoarding disorder, you're not a crafter, you would take that cardboard and you put it into a recycling container. And then you feed the home again. What I noticed is that everything we bring into our home has value. And we change, we shift, the kids grow, things happen. We move through our life. Our values change, but we don't change the value of that thing. That thing still has the same value, and we don't shift the value. Does that make any sense?
Yes.
It's like I had 5 floor-to-ceiling bookcases that comprised my doctoral library. And yes, it was alphabetized by genre. Yes, I read every one. Yes, I was a resource. Yes, it proved I was smart. Grad students, they wanted a book. They checked with me first. Of course I had it. I knew where it was, too. And then I had to move. And I had to downsize. I was downsizing, and by the time I was moving, I was no longer a professor of history and women's studies. I was more academic administration. And I had to move. I don't believe in storage, and I hate being inconvenienced. I hate being inconvenienced. I think that's why I don't have a lot of stuff, is because I hate shopping and I hate being inconvenienced. Because I want to get it when I need it, and I want to put it back as soon as I'm done. So when I had these bookcases, I had to downsize. I was moving from a house to an apartment, and because I don't believe in storage, and I didn't want my apartment space compromised with all of these books, I stood in front of these bookcases for a long time, and I thought, oh my gosh, who am I without these? You know, these brought me to Dr. Lark. You know, and who am I? I just kept saying that. Who am I without them? What am I going to look like without all these books? And I had to recognize that the value of the books were there for me when I needed to work on my degree. That's why the books entered my space. It's because they were there for me to earn the degree. The degree was earned, I had moved on, and I had to mentally shift my relationship to those books. And I put an ad on Craigslist, and a smart young grad student from Cal State Long Beach, in the fields of study that my books were in, who filled her car till the tires were flat. I waved off this young scholar with the best freaking library she could have acquired. And I had decluttered myself of the books. I kept 5, and I never missed one, and I became really good friends with my library card. So, you have to shift the value of these things, or you're going to bury yourself with it. Be judicious and brutal. And while I'm thinking about it, as your children are growing and they're going to be bringing stuff home, lots and lots of artwork. Do teachers have nothing better to do than tell kids how to draw? You're bringing lots of artwork, and here's one strategy to deal with all of this, because it's plentiful. Each child, if you're able to, put a long Rubbermaid bin under the bed. You may already have stuff under the bed, I get that. Declutter under the bed, put the bin under the bed, and all the papers, all the artwork, all the A's, all the smiley faces, everything, the child could put it in the bin under the bed. All year long. One bin, one bed, one kid, boom. At the end of the school year, before summer starts, a good family project is get the bins out from under the bed, spend a Saturday deciding what's going to go into the album. And either take pictures of some of the other stuff, make it a family event to put the things you're not going to keep in a recycle, and take pictures of stuff you want to keep, and you can even put together, you could do this online so easily, create a little book of just these art projects, and then let go of all of them. And every year you can make a little book for their art project. And every year, so you'll be able to see their advancement cognitively, you can see that through these books, instead of, for years, having all of these papers and drawings. And I mean, I pull stuff off of the top of shelves, and these were clay projects that they kept, because they were beautiful, but now they're dusty and crumbling and old, and you don't have any recollection of what it looked like when it first came home from school. And so really, give yourself a break. Your children are going to be drawing all through school, and they're going to be bringing untold amounts of paper through. And if your children are special needs, then you're going to have all that other paperwork, the IEP paper, EIP paperwork. And so there's just going to be a lot of paper coming through your home over the next many years. Whatever you can do to get a handle on it now, really, the bins under the bed, is that doable? Does that sound like it's doable, or am I talking at them? And then they get to, and then give them the agency to make the decisions with you.
Yeah, let them help.
And it sets them up on a program, a lifelong program of staying uncluttered. It'll do so many things for them. And if they know that this is coming, they may bring something home and they're like, it doesn't even belong in the bin. So they'll be making their own decisions. But whatever you can do to start shifting that sentimental, because the sentimental is going to eat you up. And then you're gonna be like, God damn kids. Go ahead. Name, please.
My name's Christina, and we have 15-month-old twin boys, and we're trying for more children, so we don't want to get rid of the stuff we have that they've outgrown, but it has taken over our house. Mm-hmm. We don't have a large space. And in addition to that, before we got married, I used to own a home on the East Coast, so moving into an apartment from a home has been really difficult. And actually most of my stuff is in an investment house on the East Coast, sitting there waiting. But the thing is, we want to move back there. That's why I keep telling myself this is just temporary, the way we live, that it's so cluttered in our home. and I just don't have enough space. But a lot of it, I mean, I could downsize things like clothes. I need to look through drawers and get rid of things I don't wear anymore, but I just don't have the energy. I've been so tired, and I mean, normally I have my mom helping me, but she was gone for visiting my sister since September, and I just was so tired. But now she's back, so I'm telling myself now I'm gonna have, you know, some time and able to go through some things and get rid of some things.
Is she organized?
Not really. No, she's not really gonna be a good helper.
Hey, glad she's back.
Well, she helps watching the kids for me.
Okay, so
I
she
get
can
more
do
rest.
childcare while you
Yeah.
can rest. Oh wait, you
Yeah.
gotta declutter. Okay. I'm gonna noodle on that one too. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm John.
Hi.
And yeah, before we got married, I was never the neatest, cleanest person, but now it's gotten sort of overwhelming with the twins. You know, we've thought about getting a storage, you know, but that seems like we would just move stuff there and never look at it and
You know what
just be
storage
paying all
is?
this
You
money.
have just delayed the decision one more time
Yeah.
of what to do with your stuff.
Exactly. So, but in the meantime, we're
Right.
getting overwhelmed with clutter.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
any ideas would be.
I got a million of them. Okay, go ahead.
I'm Rocky. I have 3-year-old twin girls. My house looks really organized, but if you open the closets, no, there's like boxes in there that we haven't opened. The garage is a total wreck, and I just need something. I need to open the box.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
And I would quit saying my house is really organized.
It's not organized.
You're
It
lying to
looks-
yourself,
it
Rocky.
looks,
You're lying to
but
yourself.
as soon as you open a door, oh my gosh, it's horrid.
Whenever I see those commercials for public storage, they ran them a lot last year, and blah blah blah. Everybody's in, and then she opens the closet door, and all this stuff falls on, and the overhead voice says, you know, too much stuff, and I'm yelling at the TV, call an organizer, and they're like, call public storage, call an organizer. Storage spaces make it so easy to get in. They got specials. I'm thinking, this is no bargain. Speaking of specials, bury your Costco card until you get the clutter under control, okay? They make it really easy to get in, they make it very difficult to get out. They really do. They don't have anything on site that you can dispose of the stuff you don't need. You can't have a storage sale. You know, you can't have a yard sale in the storage. You know, the only time they'll have a sale at the storage is if you haven't paid your rent. And then you get locked out and they sell it for you. But they won't let you sell it on site if you're trying to get rid of it. So if you're trying to get rid of it, you have to rent a truck, you have to load it into the truck, and you've got to either put it on your lawn or somebody else anyway. So I noticed this last couple of years, I kind of follow these things. There's a proliferation of storage units in this country and prisons. And I think there's a connection. I think we like to lock away the things we don't know how to deal with.
Wow.
I really do. I think it's very easy to build a prison and not put money into education and infrastructure and all of that. And I think we just treat our stuff the same way. I don't want to deal with it. It's going into storage. I know, right?
Very.
Go ahead.
Only a PhD can.
Nah.
I'm Vidal. I have twin boys, age 3, and I'm a 13-year-old. My biggest problem is paper. I want, you know, I have filing cabinets, but just the amount of paper, and a lot of the paper you need, like, or just.
No, you don't. By the way, if you go to my website, okay, let me just say this about that. Finish your paper thought.
No, I just.
You just don't do that much. So you go to my website, and here's the thing about the website. On the table, I have business cards. I have, on the table over there, just a couple of things I want to show you. I have a business card, pick it up. If shopping is an issue, here's something you put right in front of your credit card. It says, before you buy, stop and ask yourself, do I need it? Will it serve my heart or mind? Will it bring me joy? Does it cost too much? Where will it live in my home? take all the stuff off of your refrigerator and just put a calendar magnet. And then here's bookmarks if you need a bookmark, but don't take it if you don't need a bookmark. If you have 20 bookmarks on your bedside table, don't take this one. And then I'm selling my book. This is the second edition of my book. It's called Psychic Debris, Crowded Closets, the relationship between the stuff in your head and what's under your bed. There's a connection. And so, but back to the website. If you go to my website, it's aclearpath.net. You sign up for the newsletter, it's once a month, fun tips, you can opt out right away. But when you get the newsletter, when you sign up for the newsletter, you'll get a document called paper, what to keep and for how long. You just don't need to keep that much, right? I'm solo in my life, but I'm a business owner, and my files consist of 2 plastic boxes with handles. Because you just don't need it. You don't, I only save.
You have to deal with it before.
What?
You have to deal with it before you get rid of it. You have to pay the bill before you get rid of it.
Right. And so what I would do, the first thing I would do was just go through every single drawer in the file cabinet and start purging. Start shredding, start purging. There's a guy I know, Oliver Kamenwa, he'll bring a bin. You just throw it in there. He's the cheapest shredder around. We only need one utility statement, just in case the power goes off, and I just want to know what number to call. I don't need to keep any of that. So much of what we do is online. Back up your computer, yeah.
I just on that note, do you do a digital card?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. How many emails do you have in your inbox?
Oh.
Go ahead. Okay, what you hear here stays here. Here. How many emails are you inbox?
Well, I had like 1,500, but
Okay.
that's not. I mean,
Mine
but
says 2,490.
yeah, I had about 4,000.
40,000?
Oh my God, I got 20,000.
But it's not the emails. Mine are more like bills and
Okay.
like I have things.
Do you have lots of stuff
But
bookmarked?
it's all organized in thousands of files. But it's just you need to know how to get rid of them. 'Cause I don't need that.
One click at a time. That's what so much of this is the time factor.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why, if you say you don't have time, I won't believe you, you're not dead. You do have time, but you haven't been able to figure out how to prioritize it. Everything else will get in the way. So you do have time. You're allowing other things to come into your time, and I get that. You've got very busy lives. So we can talk about that. Paper, get my document, okay? Just get it, use it as a reference, as a guide. We don't need to hold on to I declutter. I'm in the homes of 50 and 60-year-old people, and we are now getting rid of the report cards from high school. We hold on. We are not paper trained. We do not paper train people. We paper train our dogs. They figure it out quickly. We don't paper train ourselves, and as a result, we are buried in paper. So every piece of paper that comes through your door, one of your strategies is to become very familiar with what really, really needs to be kept and what doesn't. And so much of it does not. Another strategy, do you have a desk area in your house at all?
Yeah.
Do you know what color the top of your desk is?
Yeah.
So here's one, if you have a clear space on your desk, what helps me, because I'm a very visual person, what helps me is I have like a graduated file rack. Do you know what I mean? It just goes like this. And there's 5 folders in it. And one is the bills that I have that just come in. And one is, I may get a flyer or something for an event, so it's got to do with going someplace. It's either an event, it's an invitation, something I have to deal with, personal, not necessarily business. Another is my folder just for my business, and so I'll put client paperwork in there, and then it gets cycled out. And then what's the 4th folder? I'm kind of compulsive with birthday cards, and so I have this thing where at the beginning of the month I'll just look and see my birthday list, and then I'll put the cards for them in that, and I'll just use this.
What's the thing you're talking about? What's the...
It's if you Google it, it will be like a step rack or a step file rack, desktop step file. Yeah, it's like this. Yeah. It just goes. It's graduated, and I would get one that has a more fuller face to it. Sometimes it's just a little wire. I would get something that's going to be. You don't want the folders flopping over, is what I'm saying. Because if you're going to use it for file folders, but really. You've got to get a handle on what's coming in. One of the ways I dealt with trash mail, what do you call it, the
Mail.
unsolicited stuff, I would just write across the envelope, return to sender, not at this address, and I would just stick it right back in the mailbox. Because, if anything enters my space, it has to earn the right to do it. And if it's a piece of mail that I get my mail at the post office, and I go through all of it while I'm at the post office, and I go home with like one thing. So I put my stuff in the recycle bin, and but yeah, that document will help you a lot with the paper. Okay, you done?
I am Regina. I have twin boys, 3.5. My lucky daughter that just gonna wear my wedding dress. She's 1.5. And
Have you picked out her spouse yet?
I don't think so.
He's under the bed.
I don't think she's ever gonna get married, but she's gonna wear the dress.
That's right.
For fun. And I am a little bit of everywhere in here. Plus, we live in 2 separate homes, so we live half week here, half week in Oxnard. So it's a continuously,
Yeah.
moving, and
Yeah.
double of everything.
Do you have lists? Do you keep like a checklist? Do you have like one list that you have to make sure that you need to have these items here
I
and
try
there?
to have half here and half there, but I
Okay.
still have to pack and still have to go, and I work full time. And so there's a lot going on. I'm
Yeah.
always overwhelmed, so I
Yeah.
always try to do it. And then at the end, it's such a big project that I see like I'm wasting my time instead of spending with the kids
Right.
on a Friday that I'm off. And I'm like, screw it. I'm going to Disneyland.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. Because I feel like no matter what, like I tried it for so many years right now to do it, and then I realized, what, it's such a waste of time that I'm really not gonna go anywhere.
Right.
So I'm really
Right.
going to Disneyland.
Right. Yeah. My jury's out that it's the happiest place on earth. Others disagree. So, why are you packing so much? Well, like, what are some of the things that you're taking in the packing process? Is it clothes?
No, just clothes. Clothes, diapers. No.
And you can't keep a stash?
I do have. I have half here. But sometimes, for example, if I go into the mountains,
Mhm.
I don't have that many heavy stuff.
Uh-huh.
And so I bring everything down to make sure I have enough. So I don't remember how much do I have there. And so I bring, it's easier sometimes just to bring it than figure out how many I have.
Got it.
I don't know, I
Yeah,
don't remember
yeah.
because I haven't been there for 2 weeks.
Right.
And then the diapers, and then, the projector.
I like the way, and then the diapers.
Then
Then there are the diapers.
Oh, and then the dogs.
Right.
There are 4, so now they have 7. So before 4, now 2 old.
Wow. I'm moving parts.
I don't know, everybody has his spot, so.
Yeah. And then there's all the diapers. Okay.
Because almost 4, we're still not potty trained.
Wow. That's because they keep going to Disneyland.
The bottles.
You're August though. It's not almost. You're 3.5.
The diapers. Okay. Go ahead, please.
So, I'm Claudia. My girl's 40. We have gargantuan amount of stuff in warehouse, storage, the small apartment we're in. But I'm trying to figure out what to do with old photo albums, like from my previous life, dating
Right.
years ago.
Right.
Huge
Frame
photo
'em.
albums. But I don't want to look at that stuff, so do you just take the
You
albums
don't wait.
and
You don't want to
just
look at it.
Well, people are not in your life anymore
Mhm.
that you don't care about, don't remember.
Yeah.
I mean, just huge photo albums, before.
It reminds me of what you're saying. So Claudia is saying that she's got a lot of photos of people that you're just not in touch with anymore.
Yeah.
And so again, it's one of those things where I think, well,